Thanks, Jess.
Hi everybody, I'm glad we had some sugar to wake us up a little bit. Good afternoon. I'm going to try and just give you a sense of how I experienced the Emerging Leaders program in the next 3 minutes. I'm going to share with you the 3 key learnings that I got that I love. I'm going to share the outcome of my workplace project, and then I'm going to let you know why I think this program is really important. I'm the Training Services Team Leader here at CCWT, and I was trained as a youth worker, and I was really bad as a youth worker because I had terrible boundaries. So I got into learning and development, and that's where I've stayed ever since then. So the first thing I learned is, and we've seen this a couple of times today, it's obviously had an impact on people, is to be a good leader, you need to set goals in your circle of influence. It does sound a little kooky to people who are probably new to this concept, but for me, what I started to notice was the incredible power that I actually had, and the good thing is that was power for good and not evil, because I have a value system. I actually get nervous when I set goals now because I know I'm going to meet them. Many people have said here today that, you know, if they set a goal and they don't meet it, it's okay. For me, I wasn't really big on the achievement. I was really big on the humanistic encouraging. So now I set goals and I'm going to meet them, and it's kind of terrifying because it means work. Goals, I learned as well, really good goals, you can fit on one post-it note. And my Mac screen at my desk has 3 layers of post-it notes all over it, which is kind of terrifying. The second thing I wanted to share with you in terms of what I learned is to be a good leader, you need to know how much front-end work to do so there's firm ground for people to step on. In CCWT, we aspire to a shared leadership, and within that context, it's kind of challenging to know when to delegate and what responsibilities to have, and navigating those boundaries is kind of tricky. One of the things I learned through the LSI? Yeah, tool is I have this approval-seeking behaviour. So I get an idea and I need to kind of get a lot of approval before I do something about it. Through Isabel's coaching, I said to her, I just want to change it. That's obviously not a good behaviour to have. And she said, don't change it, just observe it for 2 weeks. Just observe it. And it was the most excruciating 2 weeks of my entire life. It was like this spotlight that was shining down on me with everything I did in the office. It was incredibly uncomfortable. But as a result of that now, I'm just so into the achievement stuff. It's fabulous, and it's really balanced out. I'm still navigating my way through this, but I'm getting a lot better at it. The third thing I wanted to share with you, to be a good leader, find out what your particular strengths are and spend 80% of the day using them. I've always had a pretty good sense of my strengths, but I now am so clear about them that I know I can contribute to my own organisation's development in new areas. I also know that I'm going to stay in the sector, and I've been at this organisation for 8 years now, and so one day I'm going to want to transition, and I can now actually see what I have to offer to other organisations in our sector. I've also learned for the other 20%, for 10 you can outsource, and the remaining 10 you just have to suck it up. So my workplace project went through 3 whole life cycles. The goalposts keep changing, and so that's why I wanted to share the outcome of this project with you. They all had the one theme though, and that was to shape internal teams to meet the demand of 2009 and beyond in our organisation. We are a small and intense organisation with huge external pressure, and so our internal ability to be flexible and to be responsive is really quite paramount. So what we've done is we've actually now shaped a structure of satellite groups across the whole of CCWT that is now enabling us to construct a workforce development plan for 2009 so that we can actually respond to the complexity and the uncertainty of learning needs. Big shifts have been made to do this, and we're all very excited about it. So what changed in conclusion? I changed. I stepped up, and I now feel as though I'm in a position where I can have not only a positive influence, but a really strong positive influence in the sector that I love. We work in a messy, uncontrolled and hectic environment. We must flow and we must adapt. My vision for our sector is that we take up more smarter and more contemporary ways of working. Going through the Emerging Leaders process of connecting with my values base and the values of principled leadership, getting the coaching from Isabel, and receiving targeted feedback on my leadership styles was an incredible opportunity for growth for me. And I truly celebrate any organisation that invests in their people and signs them up for this program. So thank you.